Hello, welcome to the video on purchasing and storage. So here we'll be talking about two things, right? Till now, everything we talked about is free, right? The services we provide, even the consultations, the initial ones, and talking about just the different home directories and programs that you can run. All of these has been free till now, okay? So we're going to talk about which services can you buy, how can you buy them, and also when can you add more storage to your account, okay? So let's get into it. Okay, let's start with storage first. Okay, so the default storage is that everybody gets 150 gigabytes in your home directory. Okay, so everybody gets this out the get-go. This is our free module for everybody at the university, and it's a great starting point. Okay, but let's say you want more, right? You either have a research group that you want to start hosting projects with. You want to have more data, right? Some projects can get into the terabytes. Okay, so this is where two things come in: parallel storage and archival storage. Parallel storage you're going to use for projects that are ongoing, so projects that you're going to be interacting with that data constantly and you need it hosted similarly to your home directory. Okay, archival data is hosted on a separate server and you pull from that archival data back and forth. Okay, we have docs on how to do that pulling to and fro. Okay, but that is the difference between parallel and archival. Okay, now the prices for both. For parallel, it's an additional gigabyte for 45 cents, and this really comes out of the idea that 1 terabyte is $450 for 5 years, right? But in the case that you don't want a whole terabyte of parallel storage, we have phased it out as 1 gigabyte for $0.45, okay, for 5 years of use. Okay, and these are built for 5 years to deals with grants. So this is the way that you factor in if you're applying for a grant with us and you want to count our services. This is how you do it. Right? And then the other part is archival storage, right? Archival is 1 terabyte for $70 instead of 1 terabyte for $450, which is the price for parallel. So we can see that archival is less costly, and it's because you'll be using it less often. So our idea is that you'll be hosting that there and that you only pull from it when you need to. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. Okay, there we go with storage. Default, parallel, archival, and we understand how to use it too. For transferring from archival and bringing it in, please refer to our data transfer docs, same as the data transfer video. Okay, so you can actually do this with just SFTP and just changing the export link there. So remember how it was export.rcc.fsu.edu? We have an archival link that goes on that export link so you can grab stuff back and forth. So it's the same process that you can use for SFTP. So I'm not gonna go over file transfer protocols again, but just know it's the same process. Just remember to change the link. Important that you change the link to do the connection correctly. Okay, if you have archival storage, and remember, if it's we have two archivals, archival 1 or archival 2. So please remember where it is that you have your stuff situated. Okay, and we'll tell you when if you ever buy archival with us. Okay, so that is done with storage. Second part, let's go below on this slide, is what we call normalized computing units. So for labs, research groups, or grants that want to dedicated resources for them, remember how we were talking about having your own partition or having your own resources, right? This is how you buy them, right? And it includes, when you buy it, it includes one processor core, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and 26 gigabytes of parallel storage. Parallel storage, remember, is the same thing as the home as how your home directory is set up, kinda. I'm not gonna go into specifics there. Okay, that's what it includes, and it's $221.43 for 5 years. Again, it's scaled to make grants possible. Okay, and then obviously we have GPUs as well, graphical processing units. If you ever need those, they're available upon request, and we do have prices up for how GPUs are allocated on our docs as well. So this covers normalized computing units, and that is what we use for tailoring dedicated resources for a specific group, grant, or research group. Okay. So that'll be all with this. If you have any more questions, our docs into pricing are connected to the links on the docs page, right? And we'll also be connecting the SFTP protocol in case you have any questions about how that was done again. But in any case, refer to the data transfer video and remember to change that link if you want to ever shift resources from parallel to storage. Thank you and see you in the next one.